How's it going, humans? My name is Josh, and this is Receive and Capture.
Call you down, down, keeps you burning down, so bright, keep you burning down, so bright, you shine, down, keeps you burning down, so bright, keep you burning down, so bright now.
Again, welcome. My name is Josh, and what I hope to do with this channel is to provide everybody with a sort of living document of my own creative process when making music. So what you heard in the opening of this video is a song that I've been working on for the past week. This song started from, I guess, just a bass line. So now I've got that main riff cooking, and I'm thinking to myself, I need to have something to balance this. Oftentimes when I'm writing, once I get that main riff going, I like to try to avoid the trap, so to speak, of, just staying too long with that main riff. And I should say that I don't always succeed with that. I very often do get caught with just one main riff, and it can often take me a long time to kind of add something after that. This particular time, I thought to move very quickly in trying to come up with that kind of B part or B riff. This is what I came up with. So then what we've got at this point is we have drum and bass for two distinct grooves. Once I had those parts laid in, I was feeling comfortable with them. I decided that the A part, that main bass line, the main riff, could do with a little bit of a high voice on top of it. And so I went in and doubled up that part with some guitar. Okay, so at this point, we have a nice little riff. We have two sections going. This is often the part in the process where I start hearing vocal melodies. At this point, I stepped into the vocal booth to see if I could let some of those ideas out or what would come into the space. As you'll see, my process with creating vocals is one in which I just kind of vocalize using a combination of gibberish. Some words, like you'll definitely hear some words in there, and those are usually words that I just feel good to sing around a certain vowel sound or just a certain rhythmic aspect. But yeah, it's a hodgepodge of just like a bunch of gibberish and words. this really represents one of those very cool moments in the creative process for me, in that this was one of those times where a very specific idea came into the space very quickly, and I was able to capture it and really hone it really, really quickly. It does not always happen like that. But specifically that second kind of staccato part in the vocal.
Pull you down, time keeps it running now. A soul fire, keep it burning down. A soul bright, feel the shine.
That very obviously was a hook as soon as it came out. I knew that, focused on it enough, not trying to put too much pressure on it, but just kind of let it come out, let it stand on its own. But it was an interesting moment because I realized at that moment that whatever I thought I was considering the B part, because initially I thought that that B part, that, that secondary bass line that I laid in, I thought that that would be the chorus. Once this staccato vocal part came tumbling out, I realized that I was going to lean on this main bass line or the main groove to do double duty. And what I mean by that is that I felt that I had two very distinct melodies, what I would consider a verse melody and then a chorus melody. So that B part now in my mind has now been relegated to what I would call a bridge or an instrumental section. But I was hearing some ideas for that as well, so I went ahead and did some improvising on that riff.
Every single time you wanna find, if you're falling down, you wanna find every something. You don't find, you wanna find, you found every single thing. Every single time that you wanna find, you're falling down, but you wanna find every something. You don't find, you wanna find, you found every single thing.
Then, knowing that I had, very distinct sections now, I knew I had what I was going to consider a verse melody and a chorus melody. I went back to that section that I would consider the chorus to beef it up a little bit, to make that, because it's using the same riff as the verse, I wanted to make it a little bit more distinct. I wanted some more layers, and maybe equally as important, I wanted to add some chordal or harmonic element to that part. So I went about creating a 3-part vocal pad.
Keep it rolling down, so far, keep it rolling down, so far, baby, down. Keep it rolling down, so far, keep it rolling down, so far, baby, down. Keep it rolling down, so far, keep it rolling down, so far, baby, down. Keep it rolling down, so far, keep it rolling down, so far, baby, down. Keep it rolling down, so far, keep it rolling down, so far, baby, down. Keep it rolling down, so far, keep it rolling down, so far, baby, down.
So now we've got the chorus section sounding like this. Moving on from there, I felt that I needed to create some counterpoint to that central A riff. Very compelling riff, but I knew that I needed to add something else to it, to add some more color, to add some more interest, and again, to kind of beef up what I would call the harmonic content within the song. So I did something that I've been doing more and more lately, which is that I've started whistling ideas for riffs and melodic lines. And I have developed, I guess, a kind of setting or a set of plugins that I add to the whistle to see if I can actually make it, an interesting instrument and not just have it be something that I create melodies with and then throw out, but something that can actually stay in the production. And so this is some footage of me using this ridiculous whistling, I call it the whistle synth, and this is me auditioning some lines for the whistle synth. There's that weird funky whistle synth. Listening back to it, I realized at that point that I wasn't really going to be able to use this on its own. It's a very glitchy, funky sound that would require a lot more dialing in to really have it stand on its own. So what I then did was layered in some guitar on top of that. once that was finished, I moved on to the B section because I wanted to add some what I would call chordal, again, harmonic ingredients to that section. This is often a really difficult thing for me. I don't have a lot of theoretical background. I'm not a musician who can just simply listen to a line and say, well, you're playing these notes, so these are the chords that should go with these notes. No, I have to basically hear the chords in my head. I then will hunt and peck for the root notes on the keyboard, and then will try to add the harmonies to that root note to find the chords. So it can often be a pretty painstaking process. So I did, in fact, turn the cameras off for that part of the process because I did not know how long it was going to take me. Once I found them, I laid these chords in. So, I mean, that represents everything that I did in that initial session. Since that first session, which was about five days ago, I wrote some lyrics for those vocals, and I did another session in which I laid what I would call, finalized vocals. So now it's not just me vocalizing in gibberish. There's actually lyrics in there. The melodies have been finalized and standardized, and sounds a little bit more tidy. As a part of that session, I also went to that B section, and I found that those staccato vocals that I had there were quite busy, and there's already so much staccato going on in that section. I thinned them out a bit, and that created a lot more space. It sounded a lot better to me. So to end this particular video, I'd like to play you a version of where the sketch sits now. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. Really appreciate you watching. I really look forward to bringing you more of my creative process as I move forward. And if you liked what you saw today, please do like and subscribe. Definitely help me out as I'm starting this thing up. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you guys soon with the next video.